We're back with Legacy and her owner, Cheryl.
Now, Cheryl, if you're thinking about getting a Mastiff, what do you need to keep in mind?
Cost, because they from 6 weeks to 8 weeks old, they gain 2 kilos a week, so that's a lot of food to feed.
That is a lot of food. And what about as household pets? Are they good around the house?
They're very, very loyal. They don't need a lot of exercise. In Italy, they're just known as a courtyard dog.
Fantastic.
Well, recently I caught up with an animal you certainly wouldn't want to keep as a pet. I went shark cage diving. Sharks live in all oceans on the planet. There are 440 species of shark, ranging from the size of a slipper to the size of a bulldozer. 6 species of shark live in and around New Zealand's coastline, including the infamous great white and several smaller but still dangerous varieties, such as the blue, mako and tiger sharks. As the sun rises above the stunning east coast horizon around Tatapori Bay, just out of Gisborne, I'm making my way out to hopefully come face to face with the grand warriors of the ocean. I've wanted to shark cage dive for a long time. I have swum with sharks in an aquarium, but I'm pretty sure getting in the water with a wild shark in the open ocean is going to be an entirely different experience. And now that the day is here, I do have to admit I've got a few butterflies. Dean Savage and team run the only facility in New Zealand where you can actually get in a cage and dive with sharks. We're travelling an hour by boat nearly 5 kilometres off the coast to what's called the pelagic zone. It's an area of open ocean that can extend up to 11 kilometres deep. Pelagic is a zone in the ocean, right?
Yeah, your pelagic sharks are your ocean-going sharks that are migratory.
Yeah.
You've got your sharks like your makos, your blue sharks. Occasionally you'll get the hammerheads. The great whites will come through at certain times of year, but those are the main pelagic sharks we get here.
To attract the sharks, the crew prepare the burley of frozen fish. This is thrown in the water and dragged behind the boat. It's the shark's exceptional sense of smell that Dean's hoping will draw them in. They can smell blood in the water up to 50 kilometres away.
So a bit of apprehension, Jeremy?
Yeah, well, the stomach's moving around a wee bit, but I can't decide whether that's the smell of the burley or the nervousness.
Or the nervousness. Well, the more nervous you are, the better.
Okay.
Because the shark can actually detect the heartbeat. And if you've got a bit of anxiety going on, it wants to get as close to you as possible.
With a spotless track record and an aluminium tube dive cage, Dean and his crew are readying themselves to get me into the water. Oh, the cage has just gone and it's starting to feel considerably more real now. Within minutes of the cage going in the water, there's a shark sighting. Steve's just seen one, so I'm going to grab a suit and get it on.
Yeah, we think maybe a mako shark that's come up. It's heading up, so we're just hoping that it sort of stays around the Burley Trail and the tuna heads that we got in there. Fingers crossed that it hangs around, hey? All right, bro, come on, man, we need to get in there. The shark's coming up, get in there, bro. Excellent.
Of the 440 species of shark, 6 of them live in and around New Zealand waters. The first to visit me is a blue shark. It's thoroughly disconcerting actually being in a cage like this, looking down and it's just blue and green below you, and you don't really know whether there's a shark going to come out of that depth or not. And it is quite freaky. Sharks can hone in on prey which is injured and in trouble. In New Zealand there have been 11 recorded fatal shark attacks, and at least some of them have been mako and blue sharks. When a shark attacks, it's usually a case of mistaken identity, and it's only a single bite called a sample bite. Statistics tell us you're 5 times more likely to be struck by lightning than attacked by any kind of shark. But even so, being this close up still feels like I could be a potential target if it weren't for the cage capable of withstanding a hit from a 2-ton shark.
How was it?
It's incredible. You're in the cage and these sharks are going past. It feels totally unnatural to actually be in the water with these guys, but you sort of overcome that fear, the adrenaline's pumping, and these things swim up, and even though you know they're not going to really come really close to the cage or even sort of have a go, you can't help but pull your hands back. Incredible experience, and so worth doing if you get the chance. Sharks are victims of bad publicity, however they play a valuable part in the ocean's ecosystem. For the last century, shark has been served in our fish and chip packets. We saw them as food, but sharks are actually an ancient animal order whose evolution goes back 420 million years, predating even dinosaurs. Well, certainly an incredible experience and worth that little bit of seasickness I got.
Rather you than me. Well, time now for our Animal Academy salute, and these people didn't mind getting in the water. It goes out to the people of Port Levy and Banks Peninsula.
Yeah, earlier this year, over 60 pilot whales became stranded at Port Levy, and a number of the locals and holidaymakers spent over 4 hours in the cold water and mud helping to refloat them.
Unfortunately, about 15 pilot whales and calves couldn't be saved, but thanks to the awesome effort, 50 whales made it back out to sea.
Yeah, incredible effort. Now remember, if you know any people or animals who deserve an Animal Academy salute, let us know. Check out the website tvnz.co.nz/Animal Academy and flick us an email about them.
And that's our show. Thanks to Legacy and her owner Cheryl for helping us out. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye now.